Good morning. Your Weather Watch continues. It's Monday, the 29th of April. I'm Emily Vukovic, and we've got some showers today. Not a ton. It's not going to be a washout of a day, but this system is just going to skirt to the south of us, and it is going to be giving us a little bit of rain. Now, before we get into your forecast details, I want to mention our next episode of 2 Times Faster. This one has to do with water. Chris Scott sits down with senior climatologist Dave Phillips, and they discuss it. You don't want to miss it. It's happening throughout the day tomorrow. All right, here's our forecast for this afternoon. We're looking at 7 degrees, few showers, but feeling like 3. Why? Because we have an easterly wind. Nobody likes an easterly wind. It is cold. That's why we're going to be colder along the lakeshore. So it is going to feel fairly raw later on this afternoon when this rain does come in. So we're okay for our morning commute. By the time we get into our kind of afternoon and evening commute, that's when we're going to see the rain. We clear out behind the low, and then we've got another system on the way for midweek. Rainfall amounts today are not large by any means. We're only looking at about 4 to 5 millimeters throughout much of the GTA. Tomorrow we clear out nicely. We're going to be seeing a little bit of sunshine. Temperatures getting up to 9 degrees. Again, a little bit cooler by the lake. Again, we've got that easterly wind. Barrie getting up to 11. Gulf moisture is really fueling our next system that is going to be approaching southern Ontario. We're going to meet up with this area of high pressure, so areas to the north, temperatures will be cold enough to see some mixing, and the potential is there for some snow. Now, we are going to be seeing cooler temperatures continuing for Wednesday at 7 degrees, and then this week's worth of rain, we've got the potential to see about 30 to 40 millimeters. All right, take a look at this. Is maple syrup good for you? All right, thank you so much. Storm Hunter Mark Robinson, we've sent him up to Ottawa to get the latest on what's going on with the flooding situation, kind of talk to people and see how they're coping, and we're going to be checking in with him throughout the day, so make sure you stay with us for that. I'm Emily Vukovic. It is Monday. It is April the 29th, and we've been talking about a little bit more rain coming in through parts of the GTA. Now, the good news with this system is that it looks as though it is going to stay south. It's not going to be reaching the Ottawa area, so they've got a nice dry, sunny day to contend with today. For us, we are going to be seeing a daytime high of 8 degrees, which is below our seasonal average. We should be kind of closer to the mid-teens by this time of year. Rain in the forecast for us. Showers. It's not going to be a complete washout. It's going to be impacting your afternoon commute. You may even see a little bit of mixing in there with those cooler temperatures further north. It'll be out by tonight, so it's a fairly fast mover, and then we do clear throughout the day tomorrow, so we are going to be seeing a little bit of sunshine. But today, it's cool. 8 degrees in Barrie, 7 in Newmarket, 7 through Toronto. It's going to feel closer to 4 degrees. The closer you are to the lake, the rawer it's going to feel because we've got a nice easterly wind. Nobody likes an easterly wind. About 4 millimeters of rain today, so certainly not a lot. And then tomorrow, conditions will improve to the south. We're looking at a daytime high of 9. Barrie seeing a daytime high of 11, up through Huntsville, getting up to a daytime high of 12. Of course, that is going to help with the flooding in that area as well. State of emergency in there, as well as in through Bracebridge. Gulf moisture fueling the next system that is going to impact us around the Great Lakes. This is coming in for Wednesday, and it is going to be a soaker, and then we've got another round coming in by the end of the week. 7 degrees for Wednesday, so still quite cool below our seasonal average with that next system. 6 degrees up in Barrie, but the contrast, London, 18 degrees. We know where that warm front lies. Lots of rain on the way by the end of the week. Your locals start now. Happy Monday morning. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. You're joining us here on The Brief. Chris, Emily, and Nicole with you. And this past weekend was a winter wonderland for some people through Western Canada.
Oh my goodness. Parts of Alberta were dealing with over 30 centimeters of snow. There were blizzard warnings in place, gusty winds.
All right. Thanks so much for that, Kyle. Stay warm. Okay. Now, every year in Eastern Canada, Newfoundland more specifically, around St. Patrick's Day, we have Sheila's Brush. This is a very bad winter storm that happens almost clockwork every single year. Now, this also happens in Western Canada. Chris, you've been talking about this. Now, give us a little bit of a backstory.
All right, so Thomas Taylor, who alerted it to me, he's pretty well known in Alberta. Told me for weather. That's right. He told me that every year around Easter there is a prairie blizzard, and this was about 20 years ago. He told, and I've been talking about it, and it seems like it arrives every year. So this year, I guess technically it was a little bit later,
but not because it was the Orthodox Easter.
There you go.
In and around Easter.
Yeah.
And this one certainly delivered.
More importantly, we need a name for this. If it's Sheila's Brush in the East, what is it called in the West? We want to hear from you on Twitter.
Please don't leave it up to these two because they've been coming out with some bad suggestions.
I'm throwing around a few names.
Talking about this bridge that they actually had to shut down because they weren't sure if it was going to hold the structure. It's incredible. I'm Emily Vukovic. Thank you for joining us. It's Monday. It is the 29th of April, and we've got more rain on the way through parts of southern Ontario. Now, the good news is that this rain isn't necessarily going to be reaching the Ottawa area. It looks as though it'll stay away from Bracebridge and Huntsville. We could see a few isolated showers throughout the GTA, but it is certainly not going to be a complete washout. We'll start off okay. We'll start to see a little bit of rain moving in late day, and then the low really just dives its way south. So it's not going to be reaching parts of eastern Ontario and in through southern Quebec. Now, we do have temperatures that are going to stay below our seasonal average. We've got an easterly wind, so if you're down by the lakeshore, it is going to feel much cooler. It's going to be a chilly, raw afternoon. Rainfall amounts, not a ton. We're looking at about 4 to 5 millimeters. Tomorrow, conditions will improve. We'll see a little bit of sunshine. Temperatures getting a touch warmer. We're talking like 2 degrees. But again, the closer you are to the lake, the cooler it's going to be. Barrie seeing a daytime high of 11. Toronto in line for 9. And then we've got another system on the way midweek. And this one's bringing up a lot of Gulf moisture, just trucking along. And this one is going to be bringing in some very wet, kind of soaking conditions. It's going to meet up with this area of high pressure. Temperatures are going to be cold to the north, so we may actually see a little bit of snow through parts of Ontario. Not unheard of at this time of year, but certainly possibly unwelcome. Temperatures for Wednesday, again, a little bit on the cool side. Nobody likes an easterly wind, and that is exactly what's going to be happening coming off the lake. We're in line to see anywhere between 20 to 30 millimeters of rain, fairly widespread through the GTA. All right, switching gears, turn things over to Tyler Hamilton for weather trivia. Your Weather Watch continues. Good morning. It is Monday, the 29th of April. I'm Emily Vukovic, and we've got a little bit of active weather on the way. Not a ton. We're going to see some showers today, but temperatures, they're going to remain on the cool side of seasonal. We should be almost into the mid-teens by this time of year, but we're only going to be seeing a daytime high of 7 today, and we do have some showers moving through later on this afternoon. We're staying dry to the east. We've got dry conditions to the north, but anywhere throughout southern Ontario, it looks as though we're going to be skirted by this weak system that's going to be tracking its way to the north. So it's not going to be a huge significant amount of rain, but it's just going to give us some showers. So rain boots for the kids possibly throughout the day today, picking up less than 5 millimeters of rain, if that gives it any kind of perspective. Now, throughout the day tomorrow, we warm up just slightly. We'll see a daytime high of 9 through Toronto, 11 up in Barrie, 12 through Newmarket. So the closer you are to the lake, the cooler you're going to be. Brand new system comes in throughout the day on Wednesday. It is going to be giving us widespread soaking rains. Of course, not good news for the flood concerns area up towards Ottawa and in through parts of Quebec, because they are going to be picking up this rain as well. And this is giving us a better perspective on how much rain we are going to be seeing with that next system. So places like London picking up more than us, about 34 millimeters. For Toronto, we're looking at 28 millimeters, and up in Barrie, it is certainly going to be a good soaking for you, 36 millimeters of rain. Okay, flooding has been a major concern through so many areas right across the country. Ottawa certainly seeing its highest levels yet. Here's Tyler Hamilton. Your morning brief is here with Chris, Nicole, and Emily. We've been talking about flooding. This is such a huge story countrywide. I mean, everyone is talking about the devastating impacts that it has in through parts of New Brunswick, Quebec, and Ontario. Take a look at some of this video. This comes out of the Quebec region.
Now, what made it so bad Saturday evening was a dike burst, and that just unleashed a wall of water there, and that forced some people to evacuate. In the Montreal area, very tough to get around. There's a lot of major roads, a lot of bridges that are closed as well, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, and we've got a few key areas that have declared a state of emergency.
In 3 years, well, a 1 in 100 year flood means that there is a 1% chance of a flood of that magnitude happening any year. So you can conceivably have one in,
You can have one every year.
You could. I mean, it's unlikely, but you certainly could. We do have more rain in the forecast. Today, the rain, southwestern Ontario, GTA, maybe scraping parts of cottage country. Then you get round 2 coming in.
I'm Emily Vukovic. Good morning. It's Monday. It is the 29th of April. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. We did see chilly conditions for Saturday and Sunday. Well, it was a little on the cool side as well. I wore my parka walking my dog. Big mistake. It was a bit warm by the afternoon. But today, it's not going to be sunny. We've got a lot of cloud cover throughout the day today. We are going to be seeing a few passing showers from a system to our south. Seeing a daytime high of 8, feeling more like 4. Why? We can blame that easterly wind coming off of Lake Ontario. Nobody likes an easterly wind ever. Okay. Anywhere across the region, we're seeing some sunshine to the north, which is good news. We're seeing sun through the Ottawa area. Again, good news. Mark Robinson is live there this morning. We're going to be checking in with him to talk about the flooding situation and what residences are coping with there. Anywhere to the south, showers moving through. It's going to be a very short-lived system, and the low is going to skirt to the south. It's not going to move through those flood-prone areas, which is good news. We are going to clear out behind this, and our rainfall amounts, they're certainly not epic today. We're only picking up about 5 millimeters, so a fairly dry system. And then throughout the day tomorrow, we see a little bit more in the way of sunshine. Temperatures getting up to 9 degrees for Toronto, 9 through Hamilton, and 11 up through Barrie. Again, the closer you are to the lake, the cooler your temperatures are going to be. Thank you very much, easterly wind. Gulf moisture is really fueling the next system that is going to approach the lower Great Lakes, giving us a soaker of a rain. This area of low pressure meeting the high, that counterclockwise versus the clockwise spin, is going to cool down our temperatures. We're going to see some snow to the north. All right, let's check in with Mark Robinson right now, who is checking out some of the flood-prone areas. Mark? It's Monday. It is the 29th of April. I'm Emily Vukovic. Thank you so much for joining us. Meteorologist Dr. Doug Gillum is going to be joining me momentarily, and he's got some good news and some bad news. And I know I say that a lot, but it comes with the truth. I mean, we're going to be seeing daytime highs potentially getting close to 20 degrees. But then we've also got systems that are going to be bringing us rain and colder air. But we'll get to all those details. First, let's talk about this low. It's going to be skirting to our south throughout the day today, so we are going to be seeing showers and cool temperatures. Why are we so cold? Well, one of the reasons, easterly winds. Yeah, nobody likes an easterly wind. 7 degrees, feeling more like 3 throughout the day today. And tonight, even colder. We're going to feel like the minus single digits. So if you are heading out, bundle up. I mean, bring back out your winter coat. I wore mine into work today. It might be a little bit of overkill, but still, you get my point. We've got this system to our south. That's going to be brushing through the GTA. Good news is that it's not going to make it further north to the Ottawa area where they're experiencing intense flooding. It's not making it through cottage country, through Huntsville, and in through Bracebridge, where they also are experiencing some intense flooding. Next system that's coming in midweek, we'll let Doug give us all those details. Looking at the rainfall throughout the day today, it's not a ton. Down towards Windsor, we're looking at about 12 millimeters. And then throughout the GTA, we're looking at anywhere between 2 to 4. All right, time now to bring in Dr. Doug. Okay, Doug, cool temperatures and rain. Yay!
Yeah, after some sunshine on Tuesday, what a way to start the month of May. Temperatures feeling more like late March, but the warmth isn't far away. Take a look at Niagara Falls at 16, and as we look at the big picture of southern Ontario, 20 in Windsor, 18 in London. It's mid to upper 20s south of Lake Erie. Unfortunately, that's not going to get here thanks to east wind off Lake Ontario, widespread rain and thunderstorms, but it could be worse. We're not going to see that.
It could always be worse.
Yes, it could.
All right. Okay, Doug. So this northwest flow, this is something that we're keeping our eye on, right?
Yeah, especially on Friday. Now, on Thursday, we're still going to have that easterly wind off the lake. And note, Toronto at 8 degrees, 17 in Mount Forest. But then a cold front comes through Thursday night, but it's my favorite type of cold front.
Who has a favorite type of cold front?
You will in just a moment. Take a look at what happens to these temperatures behind the cold front. They soar into the mid to upper teens. Why is that? Well, it's because we lose the easterly wind and we get a westerly wind, and that allows us to warm up.
I've never thought I would say that I actually love a cold front, but I love this cold front.
And that will bring us rain Thursday night into early Friday, and then we actually will see some sunshine as we go through, or at least some clearing later in the day. And take a look at the weekend. Some sunshine and temperatures near seasonal on Saturday, even warmer for Sunday.
Good news. Thanks, Doug. All right, thank you so much for that update, Mark. Mark's going to be kind of touring the Ottawa area throughout the day today, so make sure you stay with us for further updates. I'm Emily Vukovic. Thanks for joining us on this Monday. It is April the 29th, and we've got a system coming in that's going to be bringing us rain, keeping Ottawa dry, though. You just saw a beautiful sunny day through Ottawa today. We are seeing a little bit of sunshine peeking through, but for the most part, it is going to be a fairly cloudy, overcast day. Daytime high 7 degrees, few isolated showers. It's going to be raw, however. It's going to feel closer to 3. You can thank that easterly wind. Nobody likes an easterly wind, ever. 7 degrees for us today. You can see areas further north seeing that sunshine. Ottawa getting up to a daytime high of 10, certainly helping out with those flooding efforts. System is going to skirt to our south. It is going to continue to travel its way south, so it's not going to be traveling north. I do want to mention with this system that by tonight we could actually see a few isolated flurries, may see a little bit of mixing through higher elevations. Temperatures are just going to be cold enough. It's going to feel like the minus single digits. Now with this system, we've got a little bit of rain coming in, not a ton. London's only picking up 8 millimeters. millimeters. We're picking up less than 5 through much of the GTA. And then we're going to clear out to see a little bit of sunshine throughout the day tomorrow. So I think a lot of people will be happy about this. We're looking at 9 degrees through Toronto, 11 up through Barrie, 12 in Newmarket, 11 down through Niagara. But then our next system, this is going to be picking up a lot of Gulf moisture and tracking its way towards the Great Lakes. This one is going to be bringing us a soaking rain, and areas further north, they're going to be seeing some snow. So by the end of the week, we could be picking up closer to 30 to 40 millimeters.